Hello, welcome back to my page. My name is Momedi. On this channel, I talk about my life in the UK, my job, careers in the UK, my family and lifestyle. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, like, comment and share my content. Thank you. So today I want to talk about how I got my job in the UK from Nigeria. So in my previous video, I mentioned that I had some mentors that had told me what to do and how to go about it. So I had chosen UK because I was so interested in going to the UK after my research. So I went to their government's website to see the types of visas that could help me come to the UK with my family. So I saw the skilled worker visa, which is a visa that allows people that have skills that UK needs to get a job from wherever they are in the world and come into the UK to do the job. So I studied child development and family studies. This is a branch of early childhood education, and currently the UK is in their need. So I saw that I could come in and work as an early childhood educator or teacher. So I started the process of researching how to get the skilled worker visa. So I started going on different platforms to search for jobs of early childhood educator or teacher. Also, they call it nursery nurse or nursery practitioner here in the UK. So I started searching for jobs in that area, and I started looking for jobs on Indeed, Civil Library, and so on. So I got some jobs and then I applied to those jobs. So I started getting a lot of unfortunately, and if you have applied for jobs in the UK, you would understand what I mean by all these unfortunately. So at a point, I started getting tired of it, but I didn't want to give up. I continued to apply. Then, fortunately for me, I got a job, and the job had told me that they really loved my CV and they would like to interview me. But before the date of the interview, they want me to do a comparison of my results to the UK standard, which means that my degree from Nigeria, they would like to evaluate it to see the type of courses that we were taught and how it relates to the ones in the UK, to see if I can really teach early years in the UK. So I was given the link of where to submit my transcripts and my certificate so that they can grade my results. And the website is ECTIS. It was usually formerly called NARIC. So it is where they do the breakdown of your results. So there are two types of NARIC or ECTIS results that have been comparison that are being done. One is the general one that everybody does. If you don't want to do IELTS for your English language test to travel, you can do NARIC, and that one I think is like £49 or something. So it's just to see if you understand English language, to see that your degree was being taught in English, so you would be able to speak and understand English language. So that's what the first one is for. The second one, which is for the early years, is about £250 and is to check your transcript to see the breakdown of all the courses that you were being taught from 100 level to final year, to see if your course is relevant and full to UK standard, where you will be able to use it to teach in the UK. So that was the one I did. So I contacted my school. I got my transcripts, my certificates. Initially, I had my notification of results. So in Nigeria, you are not being motivated to even have all these results. So I reached out, I paid, I got all my results, and then I was told to do a level 3 comparison to see if my degree is equivalent to level 3 early years educator. So there was a form on the website that I needed to download and send to one of my lecturers to evaluate, to fill the forms for me. So the forms were like, I think they were like 8 to 10 pages, and my lecturer needed to confirm if all those aspects of early years were being taught when I was in school from 100 level to 300 level. So it means that every course that we were taught, 100 level to final year, first semester, second semester, every single course that we were being taught, departmental courses that we were being taught, they want to see how relevant they are. So the ones we did in Nigeria. So so I sent the forms to my lecturer in school, and thankfully she was able to fill the forms for me. She did everything and she sent it back to me. So I submitted everything to the ECTIS, which is also known as NARIC, for the comparison of my results. So I sent it out, and then I was told to wait for, I think it was like 3 weeks to a month. So I paid and I waited for the comparison of my results. So when the result was ready, they sent it to me, and then in the mapping of the results, the outcome, it said that my degree was relevant, but it was not full. It was more than 50% full, but not totally full. So they gave me 2 options to be able to work in the UK as an early years educator. Number 1, I needed to be in the UK, England precisely, in an early years setting. I needed to spend 6 months in an early years setting and train, because there were some parts of the courses that were not being taught in Nigeria as at the time. Because I saw that when I went to give the forms to my lecturer, she had told me that some of these courses were not taught during my set, but some of them are being taught now because they are upgraded during the courses now. So those courses that were not taught during my time, I needed to do them during my 6 months in an early year setting. It's called adaptation period. So I needed to be in the UK to do that. The second option was to look for a course provider to do a top-up course on those courses that were not being taught to me during my set. So, and also that particular option, I needed to be in the UK, because to get a provider, it must be a provider in the UK. So I needed to be in the UK. So that was how the results went. So it was unfortunate that I could not teach at the time. It was stated there that my result is 50%, more than 50%. The only way I could teach in the UK as an early years worker was to be unqualified. I will not be counted in the child staff ratio in England. So I couldn't come on a visa because there was no employer that was ready to employ anyone that is less than level 3 qualified. So they needed you to be totally qualified before any employer would be able to sponsor. So I sent the results to that employer that told me to do the NARIC, and they reached back to me and said they are so sorry they couldn't give me a skilled worker visa from Nigeria, but if I ever find myself in the UK, they can employ me as an unqualified early years assistant, but then I cannot be on a visa. They cannot give me COS. So I applied to another place I got the same thing. I think I got like 3 to 4 jobs, and they kept saying the same thing. They couldn't sponsor me from Nigeria with an unqualified early years degree. So they needed it to be full and relevant. So I started looking for other ways to get into UK. So I checked the student visa, and then I started the process of student visa. I wanted to do a master's in early years education, initial teacher training. So I knew that if I did that 1 year course, it will make my degree full and relevant if I did that 1 year course in the UK. So I started the process of student visa, checking the things I would need, how much it will cost, and then if I would be able to come with my family. So I knew I was able to come with my family with student visa. Then during the process, in fact, I had done interviews with some schools that I picked and so on. But unfortunately, during that process was when the UK government brought out another policy that students could not come in with their family from January. And the process I was doing, if everything go well, I was supposed to resume in January, which means I couldn't come with my family. So I had to stop that one too. So then I started looking for other options. I went back to the government website to see other routes that I can come in through. Then while I was checking, I didn't really see anyone that tickled my fancy. But then I kept doing research. Then I saw a video on YouTube that was talking about temporary work visa. Then I started researching on UK government website to see the temporary work visa. My surprise, there are so many visas on the temporary work visa that people were not looking at. The skilled worker visa and the student visa are the most popular visas that people know about. But there are other routes. There are so many other routes to go into UK. So I started looking into the temporary work visa and I discovered a lot. So I'm going to be talking about the type of visa that I came in through with my family in another video, because I don't want this video to be too long. But then I want to read out the type of visas that are in the temporary work visa. So the UK temporary work visas, number 1, there is seasonal worker visa. Number 2, government authorized exchange visa. Number 3, creative worker visa. Number 4, religious work visa. Number 5, charity worker visa. And the last one, international agreement visa. So all these visas are temporary work visa. So it's either the visa is like for a year, 6 months, or 2 years max, I think. So you can come in with these visas, and then from there you can switch to other visas within UK. This is something people do not know about. Most people do not know about this. So I came in through one of these temporary work visas with my family. So most of these visas allow people to come in with their family. They allow people to come in with their family, no matter how large your family is, if you can afford it. And these temporary visas are cheap. They are not as expensive as skilled worker visas or student visa, where you have to pay a lot of money for a degree that you might not need. So I'll be talking about the type of visa that me and my family came in another video. Thank you for watching to the end. I love you. Please continue to follow my channel, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you. I'll see you in another video. Bye.